Okay, so some of this may have changed by the time you go and have your 12-week scan, but I wanted to do a quick overview of what the 12-week scan on the NHS looks like. So the 12-week scan is normally for most women their first scan, which is so exciting. You finally get to see your baby and you get to take home a little picture, and that's what you normally show all your family and friends, make announcements with, that you're having a beautiful little baby. The reason I decided to make this video is just to give you a bit of an overview of what to expect from my personal perspective and my own personal experience when it came to the 12-week scan. They will check the size of the baby, they'll check the measurements, etc. I'm obviously not a medical professional about it, but you're always welcome to ask questions. So my partner asked a lot of questions. He asked, you know, what are they checking for? What are they making sure is okay? What do they do at that stage, etc. And one of the biggest things that they check is the heartbeat. So they ensure that the heartbeat is there for the baby. We get to listen to the heartbeat. And obviously if you haven't heard the heartbeat, which I think is very unusual in the 12-week scan, make sure you ask, make sure you tell them, like, I actually want to hear the heartbeat, can I hear the heartbeat? Some people record it on their phone, so they take their phone out and they record the heartbeat, because obviously it's a really nice memory. It's the first time you're hearing your baby, and yeah, it's a really nice experience for you and the daddy-to-be. They also, from your 12-week scan, will start predicting how far along you are and give you a due date, which is really nice because you have a date to work towards, something to keep in the back of your head. This is what you inform work of, how you plan your maternity leave, yeah, and obviously get ready for your birth. So it's obviously not approximation. I don't think very many babies are actually born on their actual due date, but it's really nice to get an approximation of how your baby is, how they're growing, and when they will be born. So one thing in regards to your first scan or your 12-week scan is that they will provide you with a small picture, sonograph, is that the word? Sonograph? I think that's the right word. Of the baby, which is really nice. I've spoken to quite a lot of people. We actually were charged for the photo, so we had one copy and that was £5. It may have gone up now because, you know, everything in England is literally going up. I have had a few friends who have been really lucky where they have been given a free copy, and it's actually been really nice if you obviously cannot afford it or are financially going through a difficult time. You know, if people have been kind enough to give you a copy for free, you, in my eyes, have been deemed quite lucky, because normally they just give you the information and you're going to print it out and pay for it yourself. I definitely think it's worth it getting it, especially if it's your first baby, or actually to be honest, any baby. Like, I'd always want that memory of the baby in the first picture. It's a really, really nice feeling. The main thing is, in this scan, you have to make sure your bladder is full before you arrive to your appointment. So that is because the baby can be quite small at this stage, and you know, they want to be able to visibly view it, and they do that via a full bladder. Don't ask me why, don't really understand it. You go in, I'm not even kidding, like I genuinely thought I was gonna pee myself on the bed. That's how much water I had drank. And they were like to me, you should have drank more water. So, you know. And also the last thing is, with the 12-week scan, it's a really, really nice bonding experience for you and your partner. This is the first time you're going to see your baby. It's the first time you're going to be able to hear your baby. To me, like, I didn't know how emotional I would be. I was actually really emotional seeing my child, and I didn't even know that was my child. Like, the connection that I have with my baby girl now is so different and so much more intense, but it was like the beginning of that. It was the beginning of the reality setting in that this was something that I really wanted, and I finally had it, and I could see my baby there. So anyway, we'd be really keen to know, did I miss any other details about the 12-week scan, the first scan here in the UK? I'd also be keen to know, like, if anybody's watching this from different countries, like, do you have more scans, less scans, you know, how does it work, etc. Be keen to get your thoughts, and we will chat in the next video.